Hey, I want to tell you about the wake up call that honestly changed my life. And maybe like you, like for years, I believed the formula of, I was brought up in a conservative home, nothing wrong with that, but it was something that I was always taught to go to school, get a job, make incremental raises, work for the man, save, save, save until you retire. And that safe path, man, it cost me big. I was stuck in the grind. My energy was sucked away from the corporate grind. I was doing a really good job, and I was doing some really cool things, but I was doing it for one vertical, if you will, for my W-2 employer, and it just sucked my life away, man. And it was one of those things where like I didn't feel valued with it, and so I took a risky step. Like I took the leap and I started my own AI deployment agency where I help other small businesses. Now I don't just help one person, I help all kinds of people, all kinds of businesses, and I love it. And it's truly allowed us to, me and my family, to be able to travel. We travel all over the place. We have freedom to, go have lunch with the kids during school. We have freedom to go for a walk during the middle of the day, whatever that looks like for you. I also like to play a lot of golf, and I played a lot this past summer. But I just want to show you a quick marketing 101 example here of things that I have learned through this AI deployment agency, and you can apply it if you're doing something similar, or maybe you're trying to help a business grow, whatever that looks like for you. It may look different for everybody, but essentially, most businesses are the same, especially a small local business. And so, every business is trying to grow, right? They all want to feed their families, they want to provide a great service to the community, and they all do it. Most of them do an amazing job. And so these pillars here are like they want to rank higher so that they're over, they're being found over their competition. They all want more reviews because everybody, reviews are so critical for any business, any small business as well. They want more leads to, every single month. They want new clients, 5 to 20 or 50 clients a month. And then the other goal of that is they want to retain clients and truly provide a exceptional experience to the customers. You think about Disney, like you go to Disney and like your experience there is amazing unless you like the long lines or don't like the long lines. And then the other piece is they want to promote. And so the challenges that I have found that hold them back is typically a static website. Maybe it was a website that was built years ago and it's just, it's even hard to fill out the contact form. It's not interactive. And in 2025, going into 2026, we've got to have an interactive way of having a website there. They lack the number of reviews. Like a lot of them will have a 4 to 5 star rating, but they lack the quantity of reviews. And so a lot of them also struggle with manual systems or different softwares that don't connect, and that makes it cumbersome. They're missing calls, and that could be because they're just busy. They've got a receptionist, and they're already answering phone calls, but they get phone calls at the same time. And some of those calls get missed, and a missed call means that customer is going to the next person. Just think about yourself. If you are a customer and you have an issue with your HVAC, like you're calling somebody that's going to help you. If they miss that phone call, they're missing out on 500, 1,000, 2,000, $10,000. And then honestly, they're just busy. They're doing an incredible job. They're trying to serve their clients, build a business. They're trying to juggle all these different hats. So how I found entrepreneurship and this business being successful for me is I love to help people grow. And so I found ways to create levers to help these small businesses grow. And so I just kind of want to show you real quick what these levers are. And so if you're evaluating entrepreneurship, you're evaluating, does digital marketing make sense for me? If you're evaluating, does this AI deployment system make sense for me and what I want to do? This is the strategy. And so it's fairly simple. You want to find a client that has, or a small business that has a service that's anywhere from $500 per customer and up. So, a really important question to ask them when you're having a conversation with a business owner is, hey, how much is an average customer worth? Is it $100, $500, $1,000? And that allows you to have a value conversation instead of them saying, like, hey, how much does your service cost? Like, let's not even talk about that. We need to understand what's the value of a customer and how many more customers do you want a month? And so if they're talking about, my average customer is $1,000, well, if I help them generate 5 new customers a month, that's an extra $5,000 a month that I'm helping them. And then now your service, if you're charging, $500 to $2,000 a month, looks really good, and it's valuable because you're trying to at least 5 to 10x the service that you are providing. And so those businesses that you want to target are going to be, cosmetic, aesthetic services, HVAC companies, plumbers, roofers, pressure washers, dentists, chiropractors, lawyers, accountants, that kind of thing. And so basically the goal is to set up some simple AI systems or core services here to help that business grow. If you're evaluating digital marketing, it's very easy to have ADHD and try to do all these different things, but I want to encourage you that you just need to do one or two or three things. And so those three things for me are that I have found to be successful is a smart website, just a simple, intuitive website. You put a chatbot on it, make it easy and very, very light animations. It doesn't have to be a massive website. You don't have to learn how to code to do this. There's plug and play templated systems that you can use. I use High Level. My link's in the low, shameless plug for that. But ultimately, the goal is for that to be able to rank higher, and then the chatbot to generate more leads from visitors because it's going to be answering questions based on what it knows about that business. The next part of this, which is my favorite, is a voice AI answering service. And so it's actually answering the phone 24/7. So even if they have a receptionist, that's okay. We're not trying to replace somebody's job. We're trying to empower that business so they never miss a phone call. So how we typically set that up is if the customer wants the receptionist to be the first line of defense, that's totally cool. What we'll do is we'll set the phone system, if it rings 3 times or more, it'll forward to this voice AI answering phone number. And then the AI voice answers and is able to pick up the call. It can answer 200 calls a minute, so it's pretty cool. If the customer wants the AI voice to be the first line of defense, basically what we do is we go to the Google business profile and the Facebook profile for that business, and we put the AI voice number there. That way when people are searching for that business, they see that number and they call the AI voice answering first, and then any time in that conversation the customer is upset, angry, frustrated, or asked to speak to a person, it'll just transfer immediately to the phone number of the business. So that works really well. It's a ton of fun to set up. I've got a whole nother video. I'll put that link down in the description. The next piece and simplest is helping a business get more Google reviews. And so it's just a matter of making it easy on their customers to give a review. So we use simple QR codes and different things like that. Text message, auto text after their service is done. Hey, hope you had a great service. Would you leave us a review? And then believe it or not, replying to every review is critical for business. It tells Google that that business is active and in tune with their clients. And so we use an AI reviews reply to automatically reply to each of those reviews. And then support. You're going to be the right-hand man or gal helping them with this. So if they need to change with the website and they need to tweak the voice AI, you can easily do that. And it's honestly a ton of fun. And so the goal for you in this AI deployment agency digital marketing business is to create a win-win scenario for you and your client. And so you're going to help them grow. And the goal is if they've got $1,000 product, they kind of here, you're helping them, get 10 new clients. You're helping them generate $10,000 a month. And if you charge $1,000 a month, that's great recurring revenue for you and your family. And you're helping that business make a $9,000 profit. So how would I start with this if I was starting from scratch? Well, you most likely have anywhere from 3 to 5 people in your close network, in your family, your friends that have a business or connected to somebody that has a business. And so I would start there. I would say, hey, I'm evaluating, looking at a digital marketing business, and I'm looking to help, other small businesses like yourself grow their business. And so can we just sit down and have some coffee and talk through what challenges you have with your business? And that's landed me, 3 or 4 clients, because when you start talking to them, then you're able to kind of uncover, you're not trying to sell them. You're just literally trying to listen and hear them out and understand what challenges that they have in their business. And in reciprocity, you've poured into them and they're like, hey, I actually think I need some of these services. And then you could work with somebody like me to really help you hone in that and, even hop on a call with you and that client. That's kind of part of my coaching is I actually hop on a call with you and a client and we talk through the marketing strategy. That way you're not starting from scratch. The next piece would be I've found great success with just going into businesses I already frequent, like a coffee shop or a restaurant or a dentist or, that kind of thing. you're already giving them some money for their services. So let's talk about your marketing and, you know, how you're handling that for your business. Could you handle more customers? One thing you can do that I like to look is we'll go to Google Maps, and you could type in roofers in Nashville, Tennessee, and the easiest thing to look for is like, okay, these businesses have, you know, 500 plus reviews, 139, 83, 765. So this Southern Roofing Company, I look for the ones that are kind of the outliers and lower on the review scale, because reviews are a big aspect of ranking these businesses. There's a lot of other factors into it as well, but that's one of them. And so this one here is something I would look at. And looks like they got a decent website, but a little bit outdated. It's a lot of reading, doesn't have a chat bot, and so this would be somebody that I would talk to. And so just to start, I would start with your network of people that's in your phone. Check out your phone. I guarantee you have business owners in there. If you know a business owner, they typically have multiple businesses, which is kind of cool. So you work for one of their businesses, and they in turn want to give you access to their other businesses. Work with the businesses that you already go to, and then after that, it's kind of more cold calling. You can send a Loom video kind of like this to a business and talk through how you could help them out. And then scaling to 5 to 10 to 15K, we can look at doing ads and that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to give some value here of like, hey, this is kind of the strategy of how this works. If you're somebody that's looking to do this kind of business, comment 9 to 5 below, and I'd be glad to help you generate this type of business so you can leave your 9 to 5. It's truly amazing, and I thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.